Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be discussing an important topic in software engineering, which is unit testing. I'll be covering the basics, I would say a very basic part of unit testing. But to introduce you guys to unit testing, like lot of people doesn't know about unit testing, mainly the students or are not quite aware of it. The students generally doesn't consider unit testing or doesn't use unit testing quite explicitly, or maybe they doesn't use at all in their projects or while they're coding. But as a software developer, you have to use this as a curriculum of your daily life. So there are the two main things related to coding, which are writing the development part and the unit testing part. So what do you do exactly in unit testing? You write unit tests to cover your source code. So what do I mean by this? You have to write some kind of test function which will call your source code and it will check that your source code executes as expected. So it will have an expected response and it will get some response from your source code. It will match the two responses and it will verify the result. So you can check multiple conditions by your unit testing and all the edge cases which you have mentioned in your source code by writing unit tests. So let's see what a test case is. Okay, as a disclaimer, I should say that I am using the official document of Python because I'll be showing you an example of a very small one-liner unit test in Python. It says, a test case is an individual unit of testing. It checks for a specific response to a particular set of inputs. Unit tests provide a base class test case which may be used to create new tests. So this is just a definition. Also, you should know what is a test suite. A test suite is a collection of test cases or test suites or both. It is used to aggregate tests that should be executed together. So you can run multiple tests together. And there are many other definitions like test runner and then test fixture, but you can gradually learn all this. But in the introductory video, I would like to skip all of this and just tell you just a very small hands-on experience of what unit testing actually is and what you need to do in a daily life as a software engineer. Apart from development, this is the other core area or the other compulsory thing that you have to do before submitting your source code or before submitting your code for a code review. So you can see that there are many functions and many things. So I would also like to mention that a setup and tear down are the starting part. This is kind of a setup which you need before running a unit test, and this is kind of a breaking setup. Like whatever setup you created, in the tear down phase you remove those. So you have multiple other things. Okay, so today we'll be seeing an example of unit test. So here in PyCharm I have written a one-liner function addition. In this it will show you like how can we test this function. So this is a line assertion which will test that the result of addition is correct or not. So the objective of this assertion is to ensure that addition is performed correctly, or maybe in a general way you can say that this function, which is the source code we have, runs as expected or not. So it gives two parameters, 2 and 5. It will return 7, and I am saying that assertion 9 equal to 7 or not. Obviously I have got an assertion error. If I rerun it, you can see that this is an assertion error. So if I change it to 7 and again run it, wow, now it runs correctly. There is no error because this is the expected behavior of the addition function, and I am ensuring it by writing a test case. Here I have not mentioned explicitly a test function, but yeah, this is what is the content of the test function. It's an assertion. So this is actually an hands-on experience or a live seeing or a hands-on seeing of what or how exactly an unit test looks like when you will be writing a source code. After writing a source code, you have to write big functions or maybe functions which have the expected response, and it will fetch a response from your source code. It will compare the two responses. It will give you an output. So here you have multiple other things like assert not equal, assert equal, assert true, assert false, assert is not. You can see multiple other things there as well. Here is a list and also the description of what it checks, and also you can read more from here. So thank you friends. If you like this, you can like the video and like every time. Thanks for watching. Happy coding.